Fight fans, welcome back. Tank Davis may have been away from the ring, but he has never been away from the conversation. Even after more than a year of inactivity, his name still echoes through the lightweight division. Every major fight week, every rising contender, every champion at 135. Somehow, the talk always comes back to Tank. And now, with the WBA deadline closing in, one name has pushed himself to the front of the line: Floyd "Kid Austin" Schofield. For months, Team Schofield has been chasing this moment. They have called Tank out, applied pressure, and made it clear they do not fear him. To them, Tank is not an untouchable monster. He is a man, and if the fight happens, they believe Schofield has what it takes to shock the world. But this matchup is bigger than a mandatory title defense. It brings bad blood, old history, regional pride, and real danger on both sides. Because when Tank Davis is involved, the stakes always feel different. For years, Tank has been viewed as one of boxing's most destructive forces. He has speed, timing, patience, and the rare ability to change an entire fight with one punch. Fighters may sound confident before facing him, but once the bell rings, the pressure is different. Against Tank, one mistake can end everything. That is why Schofield's arrival in this story is so interesting. He is young, explosive, fast, and confident. He has power in both hands and fights with the hunger of someone who believes his time is now. But what makes the story deeper is the history behind it. History that goes back before Schofield was even a serious name at lightweight. Before Kid Austin became a threat, another fighter was once linked to Tank in a similar way: Tevin Farmer. Years ago, Tank and Farmer had the type of rivalry boxing fans love: Philly versus Baltimore, skill versus power, talk, tension, and real animosity. At the time, Tank was a young, unbeaten star coming off the Pedraza win, already seen as one of the brightest talents in the sport. Farmer, meanwhile, had rebuilt himself after early setbacks. He had become slick, clever, experienced, and difficult to hit clean. Many people believed his style could cause Tank real problems. The matchup had everything: personality, rivalry, skill, power, and a clear contrast in styles. But just when the fight felt possible, disaster struck. During an altercation at a party, Farmer reportedly stepped in during a dangerous situation. His brother was shot near the eye, and Farmer himself was shot through the hand. One of the worst injuries imaginable for a professional boxer. For a man who makes a living with his fists, that kind of wound could have ended his career. Some wondered if he would ever fight again, but Farmer did not stay gone for long. Within weeks, he was back in the gym. That alone showed his toughness. Still, the road back was not easy. He boxed a Japanese contender in Las Vegas, went the distance, and many felt he deserved the win. The decision went against him, though it was later overturned after his opponent failed a drug test. Instead of breaking him, that setback pushed him forward. Farmer returned with dominant performances. He became a champion, beat Francisco Fonseca comfortably, and once again found himself circling the Tank Davis fight. The rivalry heated up. Farmer wanted Tank. Tank dismissed him. The fans wanted it. The buildup was already there. Then came the business side of boxing. Farmer reportedly turned down a major offer because he felt the money did not match the value of a fight he believed he helped build. While negotiations stalled, time moved on. When Farmer finally returned in January, he faced Jojo Diaz, and everything changed. Diaz outworked him, took the title, and the dream of Tank versus Farmer faded almost overnight. For years, Farmer disappeared from the highest level of the conversation, and during that gap, Floyd Schofield arrived. Schofield was young, dangerous, and full of energy. Promoters saw something special in him early. Fans saw the speed, the power, and the confidence. By the time he was fighting on major cards, he was no longer just a prospect. He was becoming a real contender. His momentum grew while Farmer tried to prove he still belonged. Eventually, their paths crossed in the summer of 2025. The setup was perfect. On one side, Tevin Farmer, the former champion, the veteran, the slick technician, and the man who had once been viewed as a possible Tank Davis opponent. On the other side, Floyd Schofield, the unbeaten young puncher, fighting with motivation, ambition, and the chance to become Tank's mandatory challenger. For Schofield, this was more than a fight. It was a statement opportunity. If he could do something to Farmer that Tank never got the chance to do, he would force the boxing world to pay attention. But many people thought the fight was too much too soon. Farmer had seen every style. He had boxed at world level. He had experience, timing, and ring IQ. Some believed Schofield's team, especially his father, was pushing him into danger. Then fight night came, and the story changed in one round. Schofield stepped inside, found the timing, and landed a clean right hand that instantly shifted the fight. Farmer went down, then he went down again. Just like that, a 14-year veteran campaign at the elite level was brought to a sudden stop. That was not just a win, that was a message. Fighters had hurt Farmer before. Champions and top contenders had gone rounds with him, but Schofield removed all doubt in minutes. Afterward, the question was obvious. Tank Davis, are you watching? In that moment, Schofield did what every young contender dreams of doing. He turned a respected name into a launch pad. He put the entire 135-pound division on notice. And whether Tank wanted to acknowledge it or not, the noise became too loud to ignore. Now the matchup carries real intrigue. Physically, Schofield brings advantages. He is taller, longer, fast, and explosive. He has youth on his side and the confidence of a fighter with nothing to lose. But Tank brings something else entirely. Tank has experience at the highest level. He has been under pressure. He has headlined major fights. He has dealt with hostile crowds, tricky styles, and dangerous punchers. Most importantly, he has proven that he only needs one opening to end the night. Schofield's speed and aggression could make the early rounds electric. He can punch, close distance, and step inside with confidence. But Tank is not just another southpaw. He is compact, explosive, patient, and ruthless when a fighter gives him the wrong look. That is what makes this fight dangerous for both men. Schofield has everything to gain. If he beats Tank, he becomes a star overnight. He changes his family's life, shakes up the division, and takes the place of one of boxing's biggest names. Tank, meanwhile, has everything to defend: his status, his reputation, and the aura that has made fighters cautious for years. The Lamont Roach rematch may still be the fight many fans want most, but Schofield brings something different. He brings youth, disrespect, confidence, and a personal edge. And after what he did to Farmer, he brings a fresh comparison that makes the Tank fight feel more realistic than ever. This is no longer just a young fighter calling out a superstar. This is a mandatory challenger with momentum, belief, and a statement win behind him. And if Tank Davis really is coming back, then the lightweight division is about to feel it. Because when Tank returns, the question is never whether people will watch. The question is who will be brave enough to stand in front of the storm. If you believe Schofield forces this fight, drop a comment and let us know who wins it. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the breakdown when Tank finally answers. And if this story hit different, you already know the movement is built for fighters. Pull up to the KKE store, link in the description,